can stop you from being deceived. If you try to find out what's up my sleeve, you can figure out what a bag of means. If you try, nothing can stop you from being deceived. Nothing can stop you from being deceived. Nothing can stop you from being deceived. Nothing can stop you from nothing can stop you from being deceived. Nothing can stop you from being deceived. Nothing can stop you from being deceived. Nothing can stop you from nothing can stop you from being deceived. Nothing can stop you from being deceived. Nothing can.
What's up, buddy?
Hey,
What's good with it?
what's going on?
All right, how you
It's
feel?
good, y'all.
Bro?
Hey, I'm tired, man.
Long day for
What
you
you
too?
said?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I think everybody tired today. This Wednesday was one of them serious
Like I
barbecue
said,
days,
I actually had a decent day. It wasn't bad at all. I'm so happy.
Today was crazy. Kev, how many heads you cut today, bro?
I think 10. This is a decent amount. Yeah, I try to aim for 10.
Dallas King said he had 13 hours.
Yeah.
I put in about 9, 10 today.
Yeah, bro. I've been up for about 10 I probably did like maybe 12 heads. I think I wasn't supposed to do no more than 10 though, but I had a few walk-ins, a couple walk-ins. Kev, do you do appointment only or you do walk-ins too?
Nah, I'm appointment only. Appointment
So
only. I ain't
Kev, how long you been in the shop?
I was in the shop at a point in time for 6 months, but I did something called an apprenticeship. That was just to get my license. So after that, I came back to like a studio.
Okay. So did you do you do walk-ins for a little bit, I assume? Yeah.
When I was in the shop, yeah, but that's only if I wasn't.
So are you?
Would you ever go back to doing walk-ins though? No? Why not, man? What's your philosophy on walk-ins, man? What's your philosophy on the walk-ins?
I just ain't got time for it.
I don't have time to get walk-ins in either.
And if I get a walk-in, I just like I'm appointment only, bro. I can send you a link, book your appointment, come back.
So are you in a shop or are you in a suite? Okay.
Suite, yeah.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you this: without doing walk-ins, because a lot of people feel like doing walk-ins is like the best way to build up your clientele, right?
Mm-hmm.
But of course, you have a whole nother lane, right? You got a whole nother lane of clientele coming in. So let me ask you this: without doing walk-ins, how are you strategizing building up your clientele, or are you even trying to build it more, or are you kind of comfortable where you at with it right now?
I kind of just use social media. Man, that's really all I do, to be honest. I pretty much found out how to get attraction from the viewer's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest, bro, if y'all don't use TikTok, use TikTok, please. Okay, TikTok is underrated when it comes to getting clients.
Extreme.
Yeah.
Extreme. It's underused by barbers, man.
Now what
The best strategy to do is lie, okay? Now, whenever I post a haircut on TikTok, I always say best barber in Buffalo, New York. Now, whether that's true or not, they don't know that, okay? They just gonna see that and be like, okay, this is the best barber, I'm about to go to him. They're gonna see that, they're gonna see the cut, and I'm like, all right, I'm about to go to this link, book an appointment, and go see it for myself. You know what I'm saying? So, even if you don't think you're the best, or even if you know you're not the best, just lie. Okay, just lie. The only people that's gonna be mad is other barbers. Oh well, it don't matter.
But you know what? Even just posting regular videos on TikTok, when you post regular videos, like just whether it's talking or like skits or whatever, once people find out you're a barber, I forgot so many people come in and say, I found you on TikTok. I found you on TikTok. I found you on TikTok. And it's crazy. I underestimated how powerful TikTok is. I knew social media was already powerful, but TikTok a whole monster.
Yeah,
I need to start using that live. I got the followers, but I don't use
So what
Mm-hmm.
what was it about
They got
it?
TikTok
Like
real fast.
how did you come to that conclusion? You know, no,
As far
in
as
terms
social
of the
media,
TikTok platform opposed to Instagram, just in terms of grabbing the clients.
just because everybody using it, everybody using TikTok. You know, TikTok is the app right now, bro. Everybody got TikTok. People, moms got TikTok. People, grandmothers got TikTok. Like that's just the app. So you need to, you know what I'm saying? You need to get on the app that everybody uses.
And so you were able to build up your clientele. Now you made a comment. You said, you know, only the barbers will get mad. With you being 19 and taking things by storm the way you are other barbers in the Buffalo area, are they supportive?
Yes and no. You know what I'm saying? Because there are some supporters. Nah, there are some supporters that, you know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of haters. So I tend to just ignore haters.
Right.
Like, not even just in the city. I'm talking about in general. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, whatever you talking about over here is not finna stop my grind. So, and you know, either you support or you don't. Either way, I'm still do me. So it don't matter. But yeah, there's a lot more support than I expected it to be. But you know what I'm saying, you always gonna have them haters.
Without a doubt. Now, how big approximately? What's the population in Buffalo?
Dang.
Really?
It's not a lot. Not a lot.
Okay.
Maybe like a couple 100,000. Yeah.
Does Buffalo have a small town feel, or is it kind of like a big? I ain't never been to New York at all.
Buffalo, upstate New York is where I'm at. I'm not in New York City. New York City is like 6 hours away. Right. But like Buffalo is big, but it's small at the same time. Like you can drive down the street and go to Titiwaka. That's another town, city, whatever you want to call it. You can go down the street, go to Titiwaka. You can go down south and go to South Buffalo. That's a different part of Buffalo. North Buffalo is a different part of Buffalo. Amherst is outside of Buffalo. You got Amherst, Clarence, all them outside, also the surrounding areas. Like everything's like 30 minutes away. Like Niagara Falls, 30 minutes away. You know what I'm saying? Rochester's an hour, but that's still considered upstate New York. But everything is like either 30 minutes to an hour away, or if
I heard you're closer to Cleveland, Ohio, than you are New York City, huh? Yeah.
Let me ask you this. So with the being in Buffalo, right? With it being kind of like the outskirts of New York City, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, with it being the outskirts of New York City, the one thing that we hear a lot on the podcast is guys that come from smaller cities like that, right? That's right around bigger cities. They kind of struggle with, when they come into the barbering game, struggle with developing and setting a bottom line price point because they feel like the market is undervalued where they are because the cities are quote unquote small or the whatever. Is that something that you've been seeing out there in Buffalo? Very.
It's because a lot of people don't make a lot of good money here. Buffalo's actually one of the poorest cities out. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
So, yes. You know, so a lot of people here, you ask anybody what they charge or what they pay for haircut, it's $15-$20. Okay, people look at me and be ready to cuss me out when they see I'll charge $60, bro. I'm not capping, bro. You can ask anybody out here. They're like, yo, how much you pay for haircut? It's 20, maybe 25 for with the beard. You know what I'm saying? And you ask them like, would you ever pay $60 for a cut? They probably cuss you out right there. I'm not paying $60 for no cut. You know what I'm saying? But you got people that's gonna pay for it everywhere. So I don't even be worried about, you know what I'm saying, the town or how many people come or don't come. You know what I'm saying? You set your price, you know, once you build your name up, it's over after that.
Absolutely. Was there something that you were worried about when you were developing your price? Was it kind of a hesitancy there? Because I know you was cutting for a while before you transitioned over, right? Was it a hesitancy there?
In the beginning, I was kind of worried. Because I was receiving a lot of hate in the beginning, And that's mainly because I was the only one doing it at that age here. So it was kind of new. You know what I'm saying? So when I started at like 10, 15. You know what I'm saying? I was trash. You know what I'm saying? I can say that now, I was trash. But a lot of people was hating, and I was just like, bro, y'all can't expect me to just come out the womb and be a perfect barber. Like, it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? So as over time, I was raising it slowly. At one point, I was just going slow. You know, like, I'm gonna do $2, $3 here and there, and just hopefully I don't get no hate. But after a while, you just get to a point you're like, all right, okay, I'm too busy right now. Okay, I don't have time to do nothing. So then I started raising it by 5.
Right.
I'm like, all right, people still coming. This last, I went from 40 to 60. I just raised it. I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? At this point, who I am, what I've done, and everything that's on my resume, I'm about to try what I want. You know what I'm saying? I done grinded hard to get where I'm at. I done stayed humble this whole time. I'm finna raise the price. You know what I'm saying? And then I didn't really lose any clients. If anything, I gained more from going up higher. So it just depends on how you do it.
I got a question. What's the closest city, big city that's closest to Buffalo, since you're 6 hours out of New York?
The closest big city. I don't know, man. It'll probably have to be Ohio.
Okay.
A lot of shows out there in Ohio too, bro. Like the market out there for barbering is real. That's why it's so surprising to me to believe that Buffalo isn't like they had a kind of price point struggle, because it's a extremely profitable barbering market in that area in general. Just going towards Buffalo, Cincinnati, Ohio, New York, all that is like saturated with dope barbers, bro. So it's crazy to believe that there would be any kind of price point struggle there.
Yeah.
Well, if y'all joining in the live, we just want to let you know this is the I Cut My Way Out podcast, and we're here with Wavy Kid Kev. We still waiting for the second part of his conglomerate, his work comrade 360 Jesus.
Hey, yeah, I called him. I did call him before. It was like 15 minutes before, so he coming up.
Oh no, you good. The time thing, me and you went through that. You know how the time thing go, right? It's hard to figure out that. So while we waiting on him, some questions been coming in. If you want to, we want to know, bro, because you've been flicking that wrist for a while now, so you pretty much know how this game go when it comes to different ways to do haircuts and different approaches to the hair. You want to answer some of those, bro?
Yeah. So I'll answer this one. BCJ Cuts. Okay. How do you feel about shear work, and how much shear work do you currently do at the shop? I feel like shear work is something that you need to know, being a barber. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be limited, all right? Especially if you're a part of the minority. Okay, learn that shear work. Okay, learn that shear work. All right. Now me personally, I don't get a lot of shear work clients. Okay, but when they do come, I do know the basics. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie and say I know everything about it, because I don't. But you do need to at least learn the basics, because if people come in and like, I need my hair cut down, and you pull out a guard, they not coming back, bro. Because you clearly don't know what you're doing. All right, so learn the basics, okay? If you want to go on to the next step and learn everything else, you know what I'm saying, the complicated parts, do that too. You know what I'm saying? But you need to know the basics, because you can get past a lot of haircuts with just the basics, okay? If you can cut it down evenly with just the basics, with the shears, you're fine for the most part. Until you got people coming in with creative cuts, stuff like that, you can tell them, listen, I'm still learning, but I'll give it a shot. If they're willing to stay, cool. Do your best, get it done. If they not, that's fine too. You got other people that can come get it cut. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, I just want to learn everything. I'm trying to learn everything, so anybody that come and get a cut, I can do it. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. So that's how I feel about that.
What you
think I got a question.
Shear work
at the bottom of, and this is just random, the bottom box, it says question, how can I remove that so I can see the screen? It's like just a box that's sitting there.
Yeah, that's what that is when people are sending in questions. You look at the top of the screen that says Q&A up there. for when anybody to send a question, they send it straight instead of posting it in. That way we don't miss the questions. And I just post it up there. Once we answer, I can pull it down, or if you want to pull it down.
Say that one more time.
If you want to move to the next one, I can pull it down and put the next one up. It's like 4 questions sitting in the queue right now. You can't miss that do-rag, bro. All you gotta do is look for the do-rag.
Yeah, you can't miss the do-rag. It's pretty bright.
You can't miss the doobie buddy, man. You gotta look for the doobie buddy. But what do you think, Josh, as far as the importance of
extremely important. So for me, I have kind of an interesting journey with the shear work, right? So I went to school in Peoria, Illinois, and I was on the South End, right? So it was the hood. And so the owners were Caucasian, but we didn't have many Caucasians that came into the shop. Outside of we did have some students, but when we would have Caucasians come in, they would service that because of the areas that they resided in. So we didn't get much work. It wasn't until my son and Wavy Kev, I got a son, he works with me, that's a raw barber, and he's 25. And so he's one of those learners, he played, sports, lived in a diverse neighborhood, diverse school. So some of his homeboys, were Caucasian as well. So he would go with his best friend when he would get his hair cut early on and watch them do shear work. So he's one of the very few barbers that I've seen that cuts hair equally, no matter the texture. And so I started, working through him, the basics, clipper over comb, but then the thinning shears, man, I had a pair of thinning shears that Atlanta Barber and Beauty sent to me by accident, man. Them boys sat up for about 6 years until my son just started using them. I didn't even know what they were. Like, that was my experience in the barber school. So, but to be well-rounded, I think it's extremely important. And, if not, then you limit your ability. So I definitely think it's extremely important.
I agree. I feel like with thinning, with shears, period, shears in general, right? I agree with Kev on that. If you're not pushing your skill set to kind of round out the things that you don't know, you're not filling in them voids, you're leaving a whole lot of money on the table. In addition to leaving money on the table, you can't perfect the cut if you don't know how to use all your tools that you have to your disposal. It's so much just with African American hair, because I think the biggest misconception is African American barbers feel like they're shears only for Caucasian clients, but they're not. You can use them shears with African American clients to get some details that you just can't get with your clippers. You can use them with kids, and you can get through a kid cut like this with your shears and your comb versus fighting the kid with your clipper. So I think is of the utmost importance, if you're serious about barbering, to learn all the tools that's at your disposal. If you're not willing to learn them, don't learn them. But the barber next to you who know them, guess who's gonna be bagging all them clients?
Right, yeah, all that money.
He's gonna be bagging everything.
And just to have that confidence to know that you can, as a barber, deal with all the textures of hair.
Definitely. That was one of the questions that came up. Let me see what it say. It was about texture, but this is different. Let me see. I've been cutting for a minute. I'm pretty good, but I find it hard to build clientele. That's coming from Prince Faze. Okay. Prince Faze with 2 Z's, not 1 Z, 2 of them joints. Double Z's. So what Kev said, Kev was talking about social media. So for Prince Faze, Kev, what would be your advice on how he could use social media? Says, in my opinion, at this point, if you booked out to the point where you can't take no more clients, your market where you at is $20, you charging $60, you are definitely an expert in this field of how to build your clientele with social media. So talk to the man, let him know something, bro.
Okay, so as far as social media, first of all, everything you post needs to have your location at it. Okay, so you need to post consistently, and you need to post high quality content. Now, it don't have to be on a camera. It don't have to be super high quality, but it needs to be clear. You need to have your phone. You need to have good lighting. Okay. And also, man, show a little bit of your personality in your videos, bro, because a lot of y'all just be showing y'all haircuts and don't nobody know what you look like, bro. I've been trying to stress this a lot. Okay?
I've been saying that.
I've been trying to stress this a lot. If you go down my page, you're gonna see some of my work and you're gonna see some of me. You're not just gonna see just my haircuts. All right. So make sure I show y'all personalities so people can get a feel of who they coming to get their haircut by. You know what I'm saying? Show your work. Put the it's gonna have a little title on the video. Show your location, okay? And if you're more experienced in creating content, okay, do it. Show step by step of the cut. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning of the video, announce the problems that your client have. Do a voiceover or whatever. Announce the problems. Announce how you're gonna fix it, and then show the finished product. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Get a hashtag ad. I use a hashtag ad. Put any word of what you did. If you did a taper, and then put your location, that should give you a bunch of hashtags. If you did a fade, put your location, that should give you a bunch of hashtags. All right? So that's what I do. Post consistently. Post your location. Show who you are. Show your work. All right. That's just what I do. Also, you gotta build on multiple platforms. Don't just use just Instagram. Don't just use just TikTok.
Right.
Don't just use just YouTube. Okay. You cannot be lazy with this promotion stuff because there are different audiences for different apps. So you gotta use it all. And you gotta be consistent on it all, and you gotta use it all different ways. Once you start getting traction, then you're gonna start wanting to pay attention to algorithms, how stuff work. But that's all for later. You don't gotta do that in the beginning.
Right.
But once you start getting traction, then you want to look all that up, study how to get more views, stuff like that. When to post, what days to post, when not to post, all that extra good stuff. But as far as the beginning, you just gotta just start the grind, just do everything I said. Do everything I said, man. It's gonna work.
Do it.
So how long did it take you to gain traction? I've noticed that you don't have a boatload of posts, right? And so it shows that you have been efficient and effective. How long did it really take you to catch on?
Well, I ain't gonna lie. It probably only took me like a year and a half, to be honest. Because my city is smaller, word of mouth gets around quick. So especially me being younger, I was like 16 when I started getting a little buzz. And I started at 15. So, you know what I'm saying? Word of mouth, you just tell your client, like, yo, if you like the cut, please tell anybody that you know is looking for a buyer to come to me. You know what I'm saying? But this all goes back to being humble and showing who you are as a barber. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody finna just send people to you just because you're good at cutting hair. If you're not a good person, if you don't have like a good atmosphere, they're not finna just recommend you to you. Like, people say my name, they go like, yo, you should go to Kev. You know what I'm saying? Good, humble guy, young. You're gonna be the only one in there. You're gonna be in and out. All of that. They're gonna you don't just say you're gonna get a good haircut. Absolutely. They want everything else too. You know what I'm saying? So
I'll tell you something let me tell you something. I ain't never told you this, Kev. I remember the first time I saw you on YouTube, bro. This probably was about maybe 3.5 years ago, right? YouTube. At this time, I'm thinking about enrolling in school, right? I hadn't enrolled in barber school. I'm thinking of enrolling in school. And I'm going through, you know how you go through the YouTube rabbit hole. You like, let me look at people where they put my barber setup, my barber station setup. And you did one of those from the crib, and I could not get over the fact. I said, this is a kid, bro. And he at the crib putting in work, already moving forward into what he's doing. And it's like, hey, I'm bullshit, man. I need to get going and start making something happen, bro.
what's that?
I'm playing. I'm overthinking it too much. I'm doing too much. Like, my whole point to this is, like both of y'all was saying, don't overthink what you need to do to build your clientele. If your goal is to build your clientele, make yourself visible. It's that simple. Make yourself visible. Nobody's gonna come see you for a haircut or for a hair service at all if they don't know that you exist. They don't know that you're a barber. They don't know that's what you do. So when you post it, like Kev said, make yourself visible. Try to make even a portion of yourself visible. That way people can know, like, okay, this really you doing this. You really cutting hair. But if you just posting haircuts once a week, you're not catching no traction, bro. Ain't nobody checking for that. You gotta post it, bro. Post it. Talk about it. When you out in public, promote yourself. When you go to the convenience store, somebody in a line, promote yourself. That's an opportunity for you to communicate with people.
And I would lastly just say, you know, make sure that, you know, you're working on your skill as well. You need a combination, you know, there are various aspects, but you have to put out quality as well at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. And if you just joining in, we got Wavy Kid Cam, Wavy Swole Kid Cam. We need to put that. I've been watching them,
Right.
The gym games.
That
Bro. He sent the picture, and I'm like, I see why you want to post this picture, bro. You can see the game, bro. So I respect it. But if you're just joining, make sure that if you have questions, if you have something you want to ask Kev directly, you want to ask the group in general, whatever, send those questions to the Q&A box. If you haven't already started following our Cut My Way Out podcast, this is your opportunity to do so. You click that little button at the top, it's going to drop down, and you follow our Cut My Way Out podcast, turn on the bell notifications, and you'll get notified every time we go live. If you haven't followed Kev been giving out jewels on how to promote yourself, how to make your content better on social media every day for the last month. I've been using them. If you've been noticing, you've been seeing my face more. So if you ain't using them, hey, that's on you. You don't want to grow. That's on you. So if you don't want to grow, don't do nothing. If you want to grow, I just gave you the game plan on how to grow. I just seen Cut Flow Dre pop in here. Where he at, bro? Mr. Dre himself. There go another question for you. I should read that one. What's that one now? Are you not
still got this box?
Yeah, that's the question. BCJ Cuts.
No, it's still about the sheer work. It's a question box.
Yeah, it's asking, Kev, do you plan on owning your own shop, or do you plan on becoming an educator?
Yeah, I don't see.
I was just talking to one of my clients about this too.
Really?
Yeah, I don't really think I'll be an educator, because that's pretty much what I do on Instagram and YouTube. So it's like I'm more on the camera type guy. I'm not really too good in person unless it's a one-on-one. I'll do a one-on-one. I'll be a one-on-one instructor. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I ain't finna be holding no huge classes. That's not me. Okay, I can't do it. Maybe one day I'll grow out of it, but as of right now, I can't do it. Number one, before I even think about starting a shop, I got to get up out of here, bro. I got to get out of Buffalo. This is not it. Okay, the barber game is not good here. It's not fertile at all. So I need to get out of here first. I'll probably go somewhere, get in the shop, you know what I'm saying, put my time in, build my name up elsewhere. And then probably when I get maybe 25 or something like that, I'll probably start a shop, get a whole bunch of content creators in there, and all of us, you know what I'm saying. I only want creative minds only in my shop, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't finna have no Debbie Downers, no lazy people, no none of that. Absolutely. My shop has to have, you know what I'm saying, when you come to my shop, you got to feel like some type of lit vibe where everybody got cameras, everybody got great lighting, the shop was cool, all of that, you know what I'm saying? That's how I want my shop to be. So it all comes at the time. I just be going with the flow, to be honest with y'all. I be going any opportunity I get, I take it. You know what I'm saying? Something I don't think is good, I decline it. So I just be going through life, bro.
I respect that.
So I have a question. So because I was going to actually ask how long you would be in Buffalo. Where is there anywhere in particular that you have your eyes on?
I'm trying to get out of here. How old am I? I want to be out of here by the time I'm 21. I'm 19 now, so I got 2 years or one and a half, something like that. I need to be out of here though.
Okay, where
got an immediate plan in action.
Do you want west? Where are you thinking you want to go?
Anywhere is hot.
Okay.
Anywhere is hot. I'm sick of this snow, bro. I'm sick of it, bro.
Real snow.
Yeah, we get real snow.
Yeah.
Anywhere is hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Could you see yourself in LA?
No.
No?
Never.
What?
Never.
Oh,
if I go to Cali, I'm gonna be in the part where Jeezy's in. I'm not going to LA.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, that's in my mind, being not from LA me and Cali. Well, I'm from Chicago. When you say LA, we just assume California.
Yeah, nah, he more Bay Area, like Sacramento and San Fran over there. He over there.
Okay, bet.
I can do that because it's more laid back. You know what I'm saying? It's more suburb the part he's
Right.
Okay.
I can never do LA. It's too fast for me. Like New York City, I can never live in New York City. It's too fast for me. I'm more as young as I am the oldest young person you will ever meet. I don't know if you guys know that by now, but I am the young. I can never move to Atlanta. It's too fast for me. My grandma lived there.
Mm-hmm.
I can never move there. I can't. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So if I go somewhere, it got to be low down. It got to be laid back, slower. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere I could just wake up and just look outside and just be like, you know what I'm saying?
That's just maturity, man. That it would seem just on the way that you've approached barbering, the way you've approached already at 19-year-olds, having both of your feet kind of firmly planted in your career and your choice in your career.
Right.
You're just mature, bro. That's maturity. You know what I mean? You understand what you want. You understand how to approach getting it, and it's working. So yeah, that I wouldn't call that old at all. I would just call that maturity, early maturity.
Absolutely.
I call it old soul. Okay, old soul.
No, bro.
There goes the man of the hour. There he is. Finally, Jesus.
Right. You must have been cutting or brushing. What's going
What's
on
going
with
bro?
My apologies. My apologies.
Good, man. You good.
And
Oh, no.
That's why I say you must have been cutting or brushing, bro. It's one of the two, bro.
I ended up talking with my wife and just having a conversation. I just lost track of time.
Man, understood. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm good. Good.
Good.
How y'all doing?
Man, doing good, man.
Tired. Exhausted, man. It's been a long Wednesday, man.
All right. My bad. Dang.
Pleasure to have you on, man. We appreciate it.
Dre Clipper hands are here too. What's good, bro?
Definitely. So you got a lot of questions came in, man. It was incredible how many people want to ask you questions, man. And I'm sure you probably get a billion questions a day.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even know where to start, bro. Do we talk?
So let me start like this, Shaq. You know, it's following him. The first thing that jumps out at me, and of course I've been following you for years, but read your bio. YouTube, you have 3.5 million subscribers. Instagram, you have 725,000 followers. TikTok, something like 245,000. Like, just phenomenal, bro. And so just taking that in for a second, right? You're one of the barbers that made me believe, even see that there were different lanes that you could create, and barbering could be more than just standing behind a chair and cut. And so just started, I just want to know, man, just watching you for all these years, what made you become a barber from the gate?
You said when?
When and what, made you?
To take it actually serious or just cut hair, period?
Just cut hair, period.
My dad messing me up. It was 9th grade. My dad giving me a ball fade. I had waves all the way around.
Okay.
I was always, dipping. But my dad, for some reason, decided to give me a fade on this one. I wasn't tripping. You know what I mean? I just wanted a haircut.
Right.
So I looked in the mirror, seen that my line was straight. Go to school. I had PE the first period, so I heard a little smickering and stuff like that. I played basketball. Boom. Class clown came up to me and was like, hey, Jared, bro, what type of haircut is that, bro? I thought you had a taper. Once he said that, everybody started laughing.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it's been talks.
Right.
It was talks, you know what I'm saying? As soon as he said it, everybody started laughing. So I went home right after that period, cut my hair off, went straight bald.
Damn.
And it was when I was cutting, I was thinking to myself, like, man, if anybody gonna mess me up, it's gonna be me. Because I can't go back to my dad and start complaining. You know what I'm saying? What do I look like going to my dad talking about, man, you messed me up? Like, nah, that ain't
for
going
the free, not for the $0. Yeah, you gotta take that one.
I gotta take that one. So I just started practicing on myself. From then on, that's how I started.
Okay.
Early on, when I first saw you, when I first found you on YouTube, because of course my whole barbering thing started on YouTube. Well, my whole desire for barbering started on YouTube, and honestly, I had no desire to cut hair. I only been cutting hair for 4 years, and I had no desire. Nobody in my family cut hair. I didn't grow up in a barbershop, none of that. I was on YouTube trying to figure out how the hell I can get these forks out of my waves, and I came across, of course, you put anything with a W on YouTube, your name gonna pop up immediately, right?
Right.
So I see your videos, and the first thing I notice is how much freedom it looked like you had, being that you were a barber first and then a content creator. You know what I mean? It was like, or maybe I had that wrong, but at least that was my interpretation of it, right? So my question is, was I correct in that, as far as did barbering kind of offer you? Have you ever worked outside of barbering and creating content?
Oh no. With the waves, that's how I started.
Okay.
I started with the waves. So once I decided to take barbering serious, it kind of went hand in hand. So I started showing people I knew how to cut hair. But you know, my waiver fan base wasn't really watching my waiver stuff. I mean, my barbering stuff. So those weren't really getting views like that. But it's something that I had a love for, so I just kept doing it and kept putting it out, kept putting it out, and I built a whole different type of fan base with the barbering.
So let me
that's how
it is. We're creating those two extremely different but similar, you know, contents.
Right.
World want to know. I want to know, which content does Jeezy like creating more, barbering or waving content?
Hey, Kev, what you doing? Kev.
Tell us the truth,
Kev, what you doing now?
Tell the truth, shame the devil. That's all I got to say.
Truth, shame the devil. We
Kev,
want
what's
to know.
the truth? What's the truth?
Tell the truth, shame the devil.
Kev, what's the truth?
I just want to hear you. I just got to hear what you got to say. That's
all right.
It got hot in that room, huh?
As far as I love waving first.
Okay.
I love waving first, and that's where my heart is.
Okay.
Barbering, I also love barbering, but barbering gives me more. It's a broader reach.
Okay.
You think so?
It's more of I make my biggest impact in barbering rather than waving.
Really?
Right.
Yeah.
Because everybody ain't into the waving.
But I love waving.
Okay.
Waving is first, for sure.
Kev,
did I give the right answer from what you see?
He said, what do you like making content?
Hey, thank you, Kev.
Right.
He never answered the question. He gave us the political answer.
What do you like making content on the most?
I'm in the hot seat. Okay, I understand that I'm in the hot seat right now. It's getting hot in here for some reason. I don't know. I like making barbering content better.
Do you?
Yeah. I like making blogs for barbering better than making wave videos at this point. At this point, when it comes to waves, it's only so much you could talk about.
Right.
You know what I mean? So as far as content-wise, barbering, for sure.
Which is crazy to think you've been doing it as long as you have, and you still keep coming up with
Right.
different. You're saying the same thing or covering the same topic, but you're still figuring out creative ways to do that's not being done. So I mean that in itself that deserves a tip in the hat, because I know how difficult that is, because it's just like creating barbering content. A haircut is a haircut is a haircut is a haircut, but trying to continue to let yourself and make yourself be creative when you're presenting what you're presenting. That's a skill set, in my opinion. That's not something that everybody can just easily do. That's a skill set.
I gotta give a lot of credit to the people that I link up with though too, like Fonz. Fonz was very instrumental in like how I branched off to vlogging, and that just when he implemented vlogging to what I was doing, it kind of skyrocketed me to a whole different level. You know what I mean? It was no longer just making an intro, a creative intro, and just going into a tutorial. Mm-hmm. It was the whole lifestyle of barbering and what you see on the inside and the outside, and what I can bring in, how I could bring in with my family and introduce my family to everybody. So linking up with people like Fonz really opened it up. Y'all, as y'all know, me and Kev, you know, we talk all the time just about creativity, and he helps me out on different stuff like the thumbnail and different ideas and stuff like that. So it'd be the people that you surround yourself with too.
Right. So I have a question. So your personality is one of the things that can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Your personality was one of the first things, you know, the Clipper game was super nice, but your personality, you brought something different than most people. Has that always been a part of who 360 Jeezy is, just as a personality, or, you know, was it something that you kind of transformed into?
Nah, being okay. If you know me, you know I'm quiet. I'm not really a person that talks a lot like that. I don't really just be running my mouth like that. I'm more of an observer, especially if I don't know you. But 360 is the person that's at the family function, my family function, and I know everybody, and they got games going off. When I'm at my family functions, I'm basically the loudest person. I'm the one that's gonna get up and try to do the weirdest dances. I'm gonna be at the game first. You know what I'm saying? And that's the person that I bring on camera instead of the more relaxed, chill, just, you know, because nobody really wants to see me just regular. You know what I mean? You want that energy. I needed to make sure that I showed this lifestyle is fun, and I'm really having fun. And before I jumped on YouTube, I never thought that barbering was fun. I never seen anybody take it and be like, "Oh man, I'm having a good time being a barber." You know what I mean? All I saw was kind of just this is what we do, and we cool. When the camera hits you, you know what I'm saying? You doing this, all this. When the camera hits you, it's all this. It's all this. But is anybody being real?
Right.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's what I wanted to show. I'm a real barber. This is what I have a passion for, and I could sing, I could dance, I could. You know what I mean? I'm showing you all of who I am instead of just like right now. I don't have a haircut. Most people wouldn't even get on here. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't be presenting themselves like this. They will make sure they lined up, crispy. But it's like you gotta be yourself. You gotta be real.
It is what it is. Because that's what we're in the market is selling. I feel like barbers, haircuts are byproducts of what you do. Personality is what you say. Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying earlier too.
Yeah. Kev, I wanted to ask you, bro. Let's stick on personality, Kev. I feel like you present that same personality though, that easygoing, fun, relatable, willing to be transparent. You extremely helpful, willing to go out on a limb and help people. Is that something that you had to develop? And I mean, it's hard to ask, is it something you have to develop, be it that you're 19 years old, but all of us on here know that 19 years is a lot of life to live. You know what I mean? A lot of life can be lived in a short amount of time. Is that a personality trait of yours that you had to develop, or is that kind of just, that's who you are?
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really get like this until just recently. In the beginning, I was the quiet kid. I was always in the corner somewhere. I didn't talk to nobody. I didn't really have no friends. You know what I'm saying? Middle school, everybody that I hung out with me. I didn't go out my way to go hang out with people, you know what I'm saying, to do what they wanted to do. It was like, whatever I'm doing, they gonna come. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to play basketball, they're like, okay, we come with you. You know what I'm saying? I would be like, I didn't ask for y'all to come, but I mean, if you gonna come, I mean, come on, it's better than playing by myself. You know what I'm saying? But I was always the person that liked being by myself. You know what I'm saying? Even when I'm at home, I was always in my room. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like, you know what I'm saying? When family time come, I'm up there with the family, but I prefer to be by myself. You know what I'm saying? But barbering really, really changed that. I was not a people person until I started cutting hair. I didn't really have a lot of social skills. I didn't know what to say when people came up to me and try to get a conversation. I didn't know what to say. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I didn't know how to talk to girls. I didn't know how to talk to no type of female, none of that. I didn't develop no talking skills until I started cutting hair. You know what I'm saying? So it changed a lot. It's definitely something I had to develop, no cap, because it wasn't not like that in the beginning.
So I have a question. Of what you're doing now as a barber and those skills that it took to not the technical skills, but with the create content and the you know, all that, how much of that was impacted by G?
I wouldn't have been a barber without Jeezy, bro. I tell him this all the time, because in the beginning, before I even start cutting hair, okay, I tell Jeezy this all the time. I'm young, but I've been watching Jeezy since the beginning, bro. I've been there, and every time I go with him, I prove it to him, and he be like, "Dang, Kev, you really been watching that long?"
Yeah, definitely.
I'll be like, "Yes, bro, I've been here." You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I was already watching that. I was already watching the barbering, you know what I'm saying, aspect of it. I was never thinking about being a barber. I was just so happen to watch the videos and like the videos, right, not knowing that a couple of years from now I'm gonna be a barber. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if I ain't gonna lie, if he probably ain't put them videos out, if I ain't have nothing to watch, I don't know what I'll be doing right now. You know what I'm saying?
Easy. How does that make you feel knowing? And I'm not sure how old you are. I assume that you're in your 30s. How does that make you feel knowing that you've impacted a generation? I worked in a school system, and I remember when it was hot. Like, to me, I think you almost single-handedly brought the waivers, you know, back. When I was growing up, waves was one. Then we transitioned to the braids. And then I was working in a school system and I was coaching as well. Now everybody got do-rags and brushes in their back pocket. Everybody woofing and in the depth and singing the intro 360. I mean, it was. How do you feel knowing that you've impacted a generation through what it is you do? Most of the time, people are looking to be athletes or entertainers of sorts in terms of acting. How does that make you feel, bro?
It confirms for me. It confirms that when you work hard, God will put you above many. You know what I'm saying? Put you in front of many. And
somebody put that.
Me,
somebody we can pin that. Go ahead, bro. My bad. That's such a bar. You can't just keep on going past that. You gotta somebody type that so we can put that. Now go ahead. I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah. So that's for me what it is, because if I didn't follow after God's plan, I wouldn't have done that. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't listen to what God told me to do, which was go to school, none of this would have happened. You know what I mean? So I feel like when you listen to what God has for you and you fight for it, I mean, just thinking about it, man, I would be kicking if I look back on that situation where I knew God told me to do something, I would be kicking myself in the butt right now. Like, dog, what you doing? Listen, do it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of times God will tell us to do something and we don't do it, and He has something way bigger for us in the long run, and we just can't see it. You know what I mean? But now, when I'm in this position, I'm like, dang, man, I see what he was doing.
Definitely. When you were sitting at that kitchen table in them apartments making them first waving videos,
yeah,
that just for you, or was the goal always to reach people trying to learn how to you know, perfect their ways? Was that just for you, or was it for everybody else?
It was for both. I didn't really know about YouTube like that when I was talking about waves. When I was doing the wave content, I really didn't know about YouTube. My sister is the one that put me on and kind of baited me into doing it, because she was like, man, why are you watching Sir Cruz, man? You should get on there. You'll blow up if you get on YouTube. And she would always say that, being that she knows my personality when I'm at, you know, family functions and how everybody treats me, and you know, she just knew the whole YouTube platform, which I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of procrastinated on it for a minute, got on YouTube and just started talking about waves, man. And it became a hobby at first. So the more people that say, hey man, I like your videos, was the more gas that I needed, the more fuel that I needed, you know what I'm saying, to keep going. So video after video, once I dropped, whatever people were saying in the comment section, hey, you need to know how to make this video. Okay, cool. I'm gonna make a video like this. I'm listening to my comment section. I just kept doing it and just kind of fell in love with editing myself. Now this may sound conceited, but I actually enjoyed the process. I laugh when I'm editing myself. I'm making myself laugh when I'm editing. Like, oh man, it's crazy. They gonna kill him with this one. Oh man, you know what I'm saying? So I enjoyed the whole process of what I was talking about.
Yeah, I think if everybody being honest, when you go back and you start cutting out dead space in your videos, or you listening to what you're saying or what you're doing, or even if you catch something that you weren't intentionally trying to record, yeah, you're supposed to enjoy that. You know what I mean? I believe so. I think that's healthy, because if you don't like your content, why in the hell would anybody else like it, bro? It don't make sense.
Right.
Hey, I agree.
So how did, and I know we probably have some questions. I still got that box there, bro. I can't see anything in front of me. I can see their faces shot, but I can't see anything but a question by BCJ X Cuts. How did the and I can't get rid of that boy. I can't. But how did the name out?
Hey Kev, get out my head, bro. Get out my head, bro.
Look, man, you got to work with me, bro.
Go ahead.
I didn't get.
So how did the name come about?
360 Jeezy name?
Yeah.
So it was always a nickname. I got that because me and my friend, we used to work together. We used to go on long trips. And my name is Jared, by the way.
Okay.
Nobody really ever calls me Jared.
Okay.
Except for me.
I don't know why. Yeah, except for me. But you still put the uncle on it, so it don't kind of.
Fact.
They don't call nobody.
Hey, that's the respect part.
Right. Nobody really calls me Jared. So
hey, do you feel like young guys put that uncle in front to respect, or they throwing old man shots? You think it's the old man shots they throwing?
Nah, with Kev, it's respect.
Yeah,
because he the only one that do it. So it's major. I know why he's doing it, and it never came off as disrespect. You know what I mean? So, but to get back to how I got my name, we used to go on these long trips, and he told me, "Hey, bring all your CDs, bro," because I used to carry this big book of CDs. I used to have all the music burned. CDs.
Now you
so
big facts.
I forgot my CDs.
Right.
But the day before, I had bought Young Jeezy.
Okay.
What is it? Thug Motivation. Like that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That we basically slapped that all the way there to Arizona, all the way back. That album was fire.
It still is. Still is. We're not gonna say what. Still is. Still is.
From then on, he just said, "Your name Jeezy, bro."
Okay.
Like now, the one CD that you needed to bring, you brought that CD.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he started introducing me to his family as Jeezy. That became my nickname at that point. Nobody was calling me Jared. So when I started the waves, I had the pattern 360s. So 360 Jeezy, all sound good to me.
No doubt.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's the whole 360 Jeezy, the man who shaped the culture origin story. One CD in a road trip, bro. That's crazy. Bro.
One CD in a road trip.
That's crazy, bro. You said something, man, that I never thought about. It never dawned on me. But you absolutely right, man. I don't know if you're aware that I wouldn't say single-handedly, because as you're aware, it's multiple guys in the waving community on YouTube, right? Mm-hmm. That there. It's some guys. I can't remember the gentleman's name. It's a guy, he passed, but he had been making wave videos a long time ago, bro. Seeker. Yes, bro. Soul Seeker. Yeah. And you were a part of that elite group, right? Because there's wavers, there's wave content creators, and then there's elite wave content creators, right? And you kind of formatted yourself inside of that group of elite wave content creators. But when I look at all those other waivers, I don't know if anybody has impacted hair,
right?
The way that you have coming from YouTube, bro. Like I just don't. Sir Cruz has made a big impact, but it's still, it's not, you know, it's just different, bro. And it's no knock to nobody else. It's just different, right? The numbers speak for themselves. And then when you talk about, like, when you go on the forums on YouTube, on Facebook is insane with how many wave communities they have. And then you have a lot of people who micro control these waving communities, and they still can't keep Jeezy out of those communities, bro. So it's dope. Like I said, it never dawned on me until I just said that, how impactful you've been to the waving community, bro. Do you think that you can kind of transition that impact to barbering?
I mean, I feel like I kind of did, to be honest.
I agree.
Talk to me.
I'm not one to toot my horn, but I'm just saying.
Toot it, bro. This is what the platform is for. We want to
I mean, I feel like waving and barbering went hand in hand for me, because although I made an impact in waving, barbering, I couldn't have made an impact without barbering. You know what I'm saying? If it was just waves alone, it would be 3 million. It probably wouldn't even be a million.
Really?
To be honest with you, it wouldn't. I don't think it would be a million.
Wow.
I agree.
Barbering is what skyrocketed me.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
And this is the interesting part, though. And I agree with that wholeheartedly, because what we do is special. Everyone can't do it, but if so many people want to. So when you put those two together, because there's so many people, when he came out, he was doing the waves. The reason I said single-handedly, and no disrespect to the other waivers, but he grabbed the youth, you know what I mean? And with the personality, with the intro, with singing, with all that, he grabbed a generation. And you look young, so they could relate to you in multiple ways. they can relate to you.
Shot fired.
Hey, so fast, nobody could duck, bro. It came quick.
No. I mean, bro, if you told me how old you were, most people probably wouldn't believe it. And
it'd be hard to do that,
and that's a blessing. You know what I mean? But people relate to that, right? But you're also cutting hair, and our culture has always been enamored by cutting hair, because it's just part of our culture. So I agree with you. I think it goes hand in hand, and I think from there, you know, you took it, you slapped it together, and it just shot up.
I feel like that's gonna be Kev's impact too, though, man. Kev, he different, bro. He different, bro. It's something about him, bro, that keep you engaged. Like I said, when I first seen him on YouTube, it was just this kid in front of a camera talking about Clippers.
Absolutely.
And I couldn't turn away. It's like, bro, I don't know if it's because I'm interested in barbering, or it's because this dude got one of the most cool monotone voices ever. Like, the person I see in you now is different. When you first got on YouTube, bro, it was real low key. Like you didn't want to talk too close to the mic. You know what I'm talking about, bro. You seen all.
But that's what I'm saying. I didn't have people or talking skills. Like, the barbering and going on YouTube broke me out of that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to talk. If you go to my first video, I'm almost whispering to my phone.
Absolutely,
like,
bro.
You know what I'm saying? I'm whispering to my phone. So this listen, it's changed changed me a lot. Not gonna lie.
Hey, what the world don't know is Kev is the originator of the ASMR videos, bro, because it's super. It's like this the whole video, but you intrigued. Then he follow up with a video where he's I want to say he was in a bedroom or maybe like in a garage, but this a kid cutting hair, but he got a line of kids and mothers, like grown people sitting.
Yeah, I was in the attic. I was in the attic.
Oh,
you were in the attic.
For my life, I need to get up and go to school, bro. Because hey, he done figured it out. And if this young man isn't afraid to step out there on faith and put his time and his efforts into something that he believes in, who the hell am I to sit still and keep overthinking what the capabilities are? Because I'm watching. At that time, this was probably like 17, bro. So you are going to be the person that's going to truly capture the youth, because you are absolutely one-in-one relatable. No matter how much of an old soul you believe yourself to be, bro, understand they watching you, bro. But we watch. But it's gonna be tough seeing you continue to excel, bro.
And think about this. Think of he has the perfect mentor, the personalities. As long as we've been watching Jeezy, I've never seen him take somebody under his wing as visibly as Kev. And I think it speaks volumes of who Kev is, the potential that Kev has, you know, in this industry, excuse me, and just in general. And I want to let you know, Kev, for you to be 19, I am old enough to be your father by far, right? But I am really, really, I admire what you're doing, and you inspire me like a lot of these barbers do. And I want to let you know, because sometimes people are play you because, you know, you're 19 years old. Man, we can all learn something from each other. So I just want to let you know that what you're doing is very inspiring, man. And I appreciate what you're doing. And it goes without saying, Jeezy, definitely, you know, been watching you for years. But Kev, you own to something, man. And when I'm watching you, it makes me go harder as well, bro.
Absolutely.
Appreciate that, man.
Yes, sir.
I just want to say I didn't take him under my wing. It was. I don't think it's a wing taking. I don't think it's taken under the wing thing. I think Kev created an opportunity for himself and got to know me, and basically we just, you know, became family. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like I don't think it's me coaching Kev, because a lot of times Kev is the person that I go to for that young, those young ideas or those young,
perspective.
You know, just a young culture in general. You know, I'm older. I'm 35 years, 36. Hey, I don't even know how I'm older. I'm 36 years old. You know what I'm saying? So I need to know what are the young people doing. You know what I'm saying? And Kev is that person that I go to. And we just kind of built a relationship. So I don't think it's me taking Kev under my wing. I know it seems like that to everybody else, but it's not really me taking Kev under my wing. It's more of a relationship to relationship that we built together.
And continuing to build. I mean, I think that most people who understand how difficult it is to create content and how difficult it is to just stay positive in a world full of people who want you to be negative. So many people in this world want you to come on and just snap. They want you to be negative. They want you to be rude. So understand that it can be seen that it's like, all right, Kev has come on the scene and he's putting his efforts into building up his brand, building up his vision. Jeezy is on the scene and he's built his brand. He's built his. So it's like, all right, well, if I see that you, like, I've watched you shout out a lot of barbers. I've watched you shout out a lot of YouTube content creators. I've watched you single-handedly take people from just, hey, this is my first video I'm posting, and then just boom, they take off because you see something that they're doing, you like something they're doing. And one thing that I like, I can say is a great characteristic that I've observed about you over the time that I've watched you is you're not afraid to give someone a compliment. You understand what I'm saying? most people, once they've built themselves to a certain point, they don't want to say nice things almost, or they don't want to give flowers to other people because it's like other content creators, because it's like, nah, if I acknowledge what you're doing, it's going to water down what I'm doing. I appreciate that about you, that you don't do that. Even I've watched people try to drag you into a bunch of BS, and I've watched you kind of deal with it with grace. Don't get me wrong, you ain't going to sit down and just take licks. But even in your defense, it's still, you could tell it's coming from the mindset of somebody who's maturely trying to approach a situation, but also let you know, ain't nobody ducking no fucking smoke over here, but let's keep it cool. You know what I mean? I got this brand. I'm not gonna let you tear down what I done built. Right. But at the same time, I respect it, bro. And that goes all the way to your brother. Yeah. Your brother and his music. That goes to other barbers. I mean, right now, we're a small podcast, man, trying to make a difference in the barbering industry and bring people together to make it where it makes sense. It's so much division in this industry that we're trying to kind of, if all we can do is take one brick off of that wall, that's progress for somebody else to come along and take another brick down. So for you and Kev both to come on, share your time, share your thoughts, be transparent with us, and help us to pull that brick down. Right. And again, that's another example of that character, man. I appreciate that, bro. Both of y'all, we really do.
Hey, I know there's probably some questions on there. I know people.
It is. But before we answer any of their questions, if you're not following I Cut My Way Out podcast, you need to hit that little tag at the top, drop that joint down, follow I Cut My Way Out podcast. Turn on the bell notifications because we go live every Wednesday at 7:30 Central Standard Time. Me and Kev don't know what that is your time, but you can Google it. You can find it out. We can get you together. But if you're not following Jeezy, you're not following Kev, make sure you do that. Jeezy guys tell you what he do because that man is great at doing that. He didn't put it out there. If you don't know by now, you've been under a rock. Kev is the same way. But also what I want to say about Kev, bro, thank you. Keep on putting your content out the way you have, because I've changed the way I've been posting content just off watching your videos and talking to you in your inbox, bro. I've changed how I approach this and how I see it, and I'd be damned if it ain't work, bro. We had one conversation, I posted one video, and that motherfucker did like, right. I appreciate
I told you.
Yeah,
I told you.
Appreciate you, my boy. Most definitely. Listen, my daughter take my phone now. She keep going to this. She say, "Look, Daddy, I got some more views on my video."
I told you it was gonna happen, bro.
Definitely, bro.
Hey, so I got a quick question. Did you guys see the video me and Jeezy just put out?
You said the video,
the client with the stiff neck, or
nah? We put out a YouTube video. I gotta watch that. I gotta watch that.
Okay.
Say less. Say less.
I gotta watch that.
This with Kev on the thumbnail.
On the thumbnail. Huh. Say less. Now, is this a video you edited, Kev?
Yeah. Well, I did most of it. You know what I'm saying? But Jeezy still got up the next morning and and refined it. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but me and Kev's editing style is so similar that he even adds like new transitions and things that I wouldn't be able to think of. So with even the last one that we did, Kev was the majority of the editor on that. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people will kind of skip over the fact that Kev edited that video because we kind of have the same similar style, and they will automatically think that, oh, Jeezy probably edited that. Dang, Jeezy is dope at editing. You know what I'm saying? When really, majority of the editing that we do together is Kev. I sit down on a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Let the young buck take over. Go ahead.
and he's good at it. He's really good at it, bro. He's extremely good at it because, like you said, I wouldn't have knew that there was a difference.
Now, which video? I remember y'all had the one where he was in the chair and you tell him lean back.
That was a skit that I edited. That was just a reel though. On the reels, we kind of edit. We kind of do our own thing on the reels. But as far as like the YouTube videos, that'd be all Kev.
Okay.
Hey, it's the just sit back, bro.
I'm done been Hey,
yo, bro, that part, listen, I didn't even know you was gonna put my part on it like that. I was like, oh, snap.
Yeah. Hey, he said, I'm bending. I can't go no farther.
I was like, my back has a restriction.
Yeah. But yo, you know what? Speaking of that, it's so interesting talking to y'all about just conversating, right? I damn near forgot that we all barbers on here.
Absolutely.
Some barber and stuff. If y'all got time, and we know both of y'all, busy. It's been a long day. Y'all got to work. I know I got to work tomorrow. And Jesus, we definitely don't want to keep you away from your wife. And you also have children, correct?
Yeah,
we definitely don't want to keep you away from the wife and kid for too long with that crazy time difference out there.
It's only 6:41. I got time. I came on here late too, so it's my bad.
Bet. So barbering questions. I was driving to work on my way to work, right? This is gonna sound like a weird left field question, but those are the best types of questions because you don't know what you're gonna get. So boom. You gotta pick one, right? You gotta pick one. Would you rather have a kid in your chair wiping his boogers on your cape, or would you rather have a grown man in your chair who keep nodding off and he's sweating? Which one would you?
And he's sweating?
And he's sweating. He's nodding off.
Hold on. All right, now we got to talk about the kid.
Let's talk about the kid.
The kid is good. He just wiping boogers.
Yeah. He's a kid. So we gonna put a waiver on good because a good kid is rare.
Right.
So he a good kid.
He's a kid in the sense that he's good for a little while, but you got to keep correcting his head.
Okay.
We're not gonna say out of control, screaming, spitting, but he is definitely taking full crusty boogers and wet boogers.
I'm taking the kid. I got about 40 more capes. I'm taking the kid.
Give
me
the
kid. I was gonna say that.
Give me the kid.
You taking the kid?
I'm taking the kid.
What about you, Ash? Who you taking?
Listen, I'm not giving no grown man no shower. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
I could respect the boogers. You know what I'm saying? I could stomach the boogers because it's a kid. He fresh. You know what I'm saying? He 5, 6 years, 7 years old.
Yeah.
He ain't done nothing. You know what I'm saying? Them boogers is just that's all natural right there. That's all natural. You know what I mean? He fresh. A grown man sweating, and I don't know why. And he's tired. That could only mean a couple of things right there. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell y'all a story. So when I was barbering full time from working in a school district, I get in the barber shop, and this is how I got blessed. I was doing appointments and walk-ins. Had a dude come in. We smaller community, so his face looked familiar. End up, I knew his mother, not him so much, from a place she worked at. But this brother come and get in my seat. He had braids. He was just getting tapered on the side. He was getting lined up. Nobody told me that this brother had a drug addiction. Man, this dude nodded. They looking at me and they laughing, and I'm holding his head up. With one hand, he's sweating, and I'm trying to line him. And he sleep. I mean, he done goes all the way out. I'll take a kid.
You'll take a kid.
Put them boogers all over my
That's
all over the cake.
Yeah. What did he say? I got 40 capes. I'll take the kid.
Let me ask
you this. I got
about 40 capes, man.
I still dealt with drug problems with a client. What was single-handedly your most frustrating haircut you've ever done?
Who you talking to?
Everybody, because we all barbers on here. What's your most frustrating haircut you've ever done where you almost turn the clippers off like I'm going home?
I got one.
Let's go.
You want to go first?
Go ahead, Kev. Go ahead.
Listen. I got one, right? Okay, so I had this guy come in. I actually did a YouTube video on this. I had to be like 1.5 years, 2 years cutting in. I had this guy come in. He's a new guy. It's my first time cutting him. He had a do-rag on when he came in. So he came in, said, "What's up?" He wanted a simple, I want a wave cut with a mid-fade. I'm like, I bet. Took his do-rag on, right? you know what I'm saying, solid. It was a solid hairline for what I could tell.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a nice medium hair texture. It was cool. Until I started cutting, right? I'm combing his hair. I don't see no colics. I don't see none of that. Okay. I'm cutting the hair down. It's patches everywhere. I'm like, nah. So I'm going against the grain at this point. I'm like, okay, now I'm about to make it nervous because I know for a fact he ain't never had an against the grain haircut. So I'm like, all right, you know what? Maybe if I go against the grain, it'll be more even. Okay. So I'm going against the grain. Now his hairline is like the thin spots that wasn't there is now there. You know what I'm saying? He got an indent on this side of his head. The thin spot is like right here, and then this part is full. So I'm like, all right, I don't know what's going on. Now listen, I don't have a lot of experience now. So I'm kind of sweating at this point. Okay. So I'm like, okay, let me just cut this down, brush it down, see if it look okay. Now mind you, it looked like he got good hair texture, medium textured hair. Y'all, if you know about waves, you know what medium texture hair is, okay? So I'm going against the grain. All right, so I brush it down. Okay, I'm like, okay, this don't look too bad, okay? I'm like, all right. Now, I want to blame Jeezy for this because I was doing his fading system. And it just was not working, okay? So here I go, lever open, and his masters. I'm going around. Bro, it's so many patches in this whole guideline. Like, I'm like, bro, why isn't this hair cutting even, bro? Okay. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just go around and I'm just go back around, slap on the one guard. I'm going up, bro, the hair is barely cutting at this point. I'm like, what is going on? But what is wrong with your hair, bro? I swear to God, his hair got a mind of his own, bro. Some parts is cutting and some parts is not cutting, bro. So I'm like, so I'm just going, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna just do my guideline. However it come out, that's just how it's gonna come out, okay? So I'm doing it. I'm like, okay, maybe if I stretch the guidelines, now this is where I went wrong. I'm like, maybe if I stretch the guidelines out, the fade would come out better. So I took the one guy off. I go up and deliver open higher this time, okay? I'm like, all right, that looks a tad bit better. I'm going back in the one guy. At this point, the fade is getting too high. Okay. And I'm just like, you know what? I can't go back now. Okay, it's too late. All right. So I go to two guard. The two guard is cutting lower than the one guard. But it's up here. I'm on the ridge at this point. So I'm like, what? Now the whole haircut it's like a foreclosed against the grain at the top. I'm trying to do what Jeezy said and flick and just flick at the top. Okay, I got my two guard open. I'm trying to flick, and it's flicking off more hair. I'm like, you know what? Okay, so I'm flicking. All right, I'm just flicking at the top. Just hoping that something else is gonna happen. Nothing changed. Okay, I'm just making it worse. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm brushing it all back down. This is where Jeezy really messed me up. I'm blaming it all on Jeezy. Okay,
Right.
I go back down to the one guard. I go back down to the one guard. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do it too close in between or none of that. I went from two open to one guard. Now I'm doing the one guard. I go up, bruh. It was like I did not do the two guard open at all. Now the fade is starting to look like a bowl cut at this point. Okay, it's real dark at the top. The size is super light. I'm like, you know what? All right, stop. We just gonna keep going. Okay, I'm trusting in Jeezy videos. Yeah. I'm just like, okay. He makes it look so simple on these YouTube videos. So I'm going to just do what he do. So I'm going with the one guy. Now it started to look like a bowl cut. Like I said, I'm going. Not to mention, the dude got two crowns in the back. He got two crowns in the back.
Oh, my God.
I'm trying to blend on top of those instead of under them. You know what I'm saying? So now it's got two bald spots in the back of the head. With the south side fade on the top. You know what I'm saying? I'm going.
Yo.
It's go time for the zero guard. Now I tell you, I did not listen. This is the zero guard I had. Okay, I didn't have the old zero guard Jeezy had in the video.
That ain't the same,
right?
Kev.
It's not the same. It's not the same. You know what I'm saying? The old zero guard, it fades better. I've cut with it. It's totally different. Okay? So I'm like, okay, Jeezy said use the zero guard. I'm using zero guard. I put that guard on. I tell you not, that fade is getting balder and balder as now I'm in the middle guideline. I didn't even get to the bottom guideline. I'm fading. I'm fading. I'm like, man, this thing is so bad. It's getting so bad. I didn't even get to the lineup yet. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm about to do this. Long story short, I'm like, all right, let's just go to the lineup. I got the ball guideline. I blended that out. Surprisingly, that was the easiest guideline of the whole cut with the ball guideline. I do the lineup. I'm like, okay, where do I start? Because this part is light. The middle part is still down lower. It's a huge ending right here. I swear to God, it's almost like somebody just went like this at the corner of his head and it stuck. So I'm going. I push the front back just a little bit, okay? Just a little bit. I pushed the front back. Bro, this ending right here made it look like the whole lineup was slanted, bro. No cap. I'm like, bro, the only way I gotta make this straight is if I lift this side up to match the ending over here. So I'm like, you know what? All right. Now, mind you, his hair is real thick. So I'm like, you know what? This when I first started using enhancements, I'm like, you know what? Enhancements, let's go. We about to save this. We about to save this whole cut. All right. So I kind of used the thickness of the hair to my advantage. All right. So I filled in every spot in that front lineup. Okay.
Wait, you was filling spots in the back too with the.
No, I didn't go that crazy. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but the fade was super light, bro, and the top was so dark. So I tried to just fade down from the top. I'm doing the 4 closed again. I'm doing the 3 closed. I'm going back to the 2 open. I'm trying to fade this little ridge out so it's not so harsh. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I end up enhancing the vertical bars. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of just made my own blend with the enhancements in this area right here. So it appeared to be darker than what it actually was. You know what I'm saying? It appeared to be darker. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no.
I'm like, all right. By the time I get in this mirror, let's just pray and hope to God that he just go like this. If he just go like this, I'm good. As long as he do this, I'm straight. As long as he let me see the back, he didn't do that. I was fine. I'm like, whoo. I was sweating the whole time. I'm just like, you know what? Maybe he'll come back if he don't go home and just
check it. Yeah.
If he don't go home and look at the back of his head, I'm cool.
Right.
But that whole time, bro, I was almost a beginner. I was like, dang, he might get up and beat me up after this cut. I don't know what.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But listen, that was the hardest cut ever, bro. His hair to this day is still hard. I get a clean cut now, but it's still hard to this day.
Yeah. I done forgot the question.
Single-handed most frustrating haircut you ever.
Okay. So, and it's not even a frustrating haircut that I did. Mm-hmm. This is the main reason why I don't cut kids under 7. Mm-hmm. This was the moment where I was so mad, and I'm talking about I went home with this. Mm-hmm. So there was this father. He brought his 2 boys in, right? Mm-hmm. One of them was 4 years old. The oldest was like 6 years old. So the 6 years old get his hair cut first. All right, I'm cutting his hair. He's crying. He's complaining off of everything. Mm-hmm. He's whining. I can't really cut his hair like that. It's frustrating. It's hard. And the little kid was right at this chair. It's going to be okay. Don't worry about it. That's what I'm talking about, little man.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Him, because the father is over there sitting down.
Right.
Okay, that's what's up. Okay, that's okay. All right. I get done with the cut. The little kid gets in the chair and does worse than what he did. And I'm talking about way worse. He was crying, snot, sweat, tears, all of that I'm dealing with. I mean, I was so mad that day that I went home. I wasn't the same. I got online and made a post like, hey, y'all keep y'all kids at home.
Right.
Y'all keep y'all little kids at home. My uncle had hit me up and was like, Jerry, you got to delete that. You gotta delete that. I ended up deleting it, but that's how mad I was.
Right.
I immediately went on my Booksy. I'm not cutting no kid. I'm
kids.
Students, because I have it to where it was, at the time I had it where it was students 8 and up.
Mm.
And then I put in parentheses, no kids under 7.
Mm.
Now, mind you, though, I still kept cutting the kids that I had.
Right.
But if you came in new trying to bring your kids to me, no, sir. No, sir. In my mind, I'm still traumatized off that day. I don't know why it hurt me so bad, though. It's because the little kid was sitting here telling him, it's going to be okay. It's just a haircut. It was the stuff that he was saying that I was like, man, you get me.
Right.
You understand. He was the worst one.
Wow.
Hey, you felt like he set you up, bro.
I know. I feel like I was set up. Nah, man. I ain't never going through this again.
It's a wrap.
Yeah. That was the first.
Hey, can you imagine his face, bro? Like, I can't believe this is happening to me right now, man. Yeah, bro.
I went home.
What about single-handed most frustrating haircut you've ever done?
The first time I was ever in a shop, and it was crazy because it was one of my old man's partners, and he had an Eddie Kane. You know, it was processed at the, he had juices and berries in it. That was before I know early on, you don't have a clean head if you have all these, grease and curl activator and all this stuff, how difficult it is to blend. So he wanted to be faded. He wanted to keep the hair up top. But as I'm hitting him on the side, it's not blending at all. I'm like, damn, what's going on? Like, I'm questioning myself, like something wrong. The more I'm blending, the higher up it's going, like Kev was talking about.
There's no worse feeling as a barber than do that.
I think it was a mohawk before a mohawk. To the point, man, I felt bad, but I had to cut it down, and he was mad as hell. I cut his hair years after that, but it was a long, long time before I cut his hair again. But I realized at that point in time, like, there was nothing I could do because he had so much product in his hair. It was clogging my clippers, and it just wasn't fade. And that was an early lesson, but by far that was the worst haircut situation. I've had some bad kids figure it out, but man, wasn't no enhancements at that time, Kev. I couldn't spray him down. Wasn't none of that, man. He left out of there.
Hey, don't move. Close your eyes, bro.
Close your eyes, bro.
He left out of there. We was both mad.
Man. You know what? My worst experience, I'm following Kev's suit. I'm blaming it on Jeezy, bro. It's Jeezy's fault. It's definitely Jeezy's fault, 1,000%, because I have been watching Jeezy videos. I decided to go to school, like, yeah, I'm going to be a barber. This is going to be great. I'm going to be able to buy some more of my time back and spend it with my family. Jeezy neglected to tell us or tell waivers, don't go to the barber shop with pomade in your hair, bro. I don't think he had made that video yet, and nobody got the message. I'm in barber school. I'm learning on some taper 2000s, bro, that plug into the wall and sound like fucking helicopter blades when you turn on. I've been watching 360 Jeezy comes in the shop with a with a Sue Surf do-rag with a damn, what do you call it, boo-boo cap do-rag on with up. So when he came in, the first thing I'm thinking is, all right, it's gonna be my opportunity. I've been watching videos. I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this, right? I'm gonna be able to do this because I just got through watching me a fresh upload, so I'm finna blaze this cut. No problem. My man sit down and take off what felt like 13 do-rags, and when he finally got to his hair, the shit was so shiny that my light was refracting off his fucking head, bro.
Hey, he had that Murray's in there, no
Bro.
cat.
No, great deodorant. It had to be deodorant, Crystal maybe, or like shoe polish or something, bro. Because the light was a perfect ring blinging off his head. Bro.
That was Murray's.
That's Murray's.
Watch this, right? That's the only solution to cut his hair. I gotta watch it.
Washed it?
Listen,
He tried.
I've never, ever had somebody have so much product in his hair that shampoo was not bringing it out, bro.
You can't wash Murray's out, bro.
This shit was like waterproof, like it wasn't coming out, bro. I'm in barber school, so I don't know. I'm figuring it out. I'm following Jeezy's plan, just 2 with the grain and fucking do the thing with the bro. You set me up for failure, my guy. You definitely set me up for failure, my guy. But I would say that single-handedly was the most fresh. It took me like 2 hours to cut it. You know, when you're in barber school, you already cutting slow because you're learning the process. Yeah. Then you add into that mix that you got Taper 2000 lawnmower clippers. That's like another 45 minutes added to your time. Yeah. Then on top of that, your man's come in the shop and he got WD-40 in his head. That's another 47 minutes. Then you put water on the WD-40. We all know oil and water don't mix.
You gotta wait till it dries.
Right.
Bro, listen, when I finished that haircut, I was sweating. He was sweating. I was mad. He was mad. And I almost gave my Taper 2000s back to the instructor. Like, I think I'm going to go back. I'd rather work at the car plant than do this shit. This for the work. No way. Every day you got to do this? No, hell no. It got to be a better way. This ain't it. This ain't for me. YouTube has led me astray because this ain't my lane, bro. I done jumped in the wrong lane in real life, bro. That definitely happened. Definitely.
What we got from viewers?
Okay, so we got. Let me see. Oh, that's a good one right there. I'm gonna post that one. Boom. Can you see that one?
Yeah.
I can't. I don't know what the hell going on. Everything on mine just froze, bro. With the exception.
That question didn't pop up at the bottom?
Nope.
I see it.
All right. It's Mark_Blend says, if a client was unsatisfied, what do you do? What do you do if a client sat in your chair, showed you a Pinterest haircut, his texture of hair is nothing like that texture of hair, you did your absolute best to get them what they wanted, give them a mirror, and they like, nah, bro, this ain't it. This ain't it. I don't like it. How do you handle an unsatisfied client?
Back in the days, I used to just give them the cut for free and just let them go if I couldn't give them what they wanted. Mm-hmm. But now,
you gonna give me my money?
But now, you gonna give me.
Yeah. Bro, I swear to God, I swear I left my wallet in the car, bro. I swear I left it in the car, bro.
Hey. No.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, that had to be the funniest part of the video, bro.
It gotta be, bro.
We ain't even had that part planned either. We were just like,
yeah, that was if you listen in,
but that's his personality, bro.
If you listen in, we're actually laughing at the end of it. Like,
yeah.
Until we picked it up and carried it on,
really,
we actually laugh as when I first started running, I started laughing. You just can't see it. Yeah, you can hear it.
I was like,
money.
I left my wallet in the car, Yeah, you can see like Jeezy was a little bit delayed when I started running. Then he was like, "Nah, you gonna get my money." And I was like, "Yeah, we gotta leave this on. We about to get different angles and all of that."
Yeah. So that's one of them happy mistakes, bro. Like it just naturally happened. You go to do your editing and you like, yo, that's the best part of this video. We got to keep that in there, definitely.
Yeah, that part was hilarious, bro.
Let's see. You got Cut Flow Dre, my boy. Cut Flow Drizzy.
I know y'all. I know he y'all off in my pockets right now.
Huh?
I know.
Hey, he's just talking in general vicinity numbers. Are you moving units out of brushes? Just yes or no. Not a specific number. Are you moving units?
Yes, I'm doing quite good. Yeah.
Never seen a brush designed like that either. So that gotta be something different, bro.
Right.
That's good. Jeezy is an artist.
Yeah, he is, bro. His clippers, all his clippers are fucking unique, super. What's the guy's name that do the? Is it S-Craft?
No, it's B-Dot Clark.
B-Dot Clark, yeah, B-Dot Clark.
Everything customized.
Yeah.
It's the. Do you still have the clippers that were made from the shoes from Back to the Future?
Now I gave that one to a lot of my clippers, I'll be giving them away.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I gave Kev one of my custom clippers. I gave my brother those Back to the Future clippers. And I also gave AG and this was my bad too, because my wife had gave it to me for my anniversary. And because I'm such a giver, you still got them clippers that I gave you for your anniversary? I ended up giving them away. You know what I'm saying? Not really tripping.
So before we get to the next question, how did you get out of that hot water? That's
Babe, it's AG. You know who AG is. You know what I'm saying? She cool with her. She talk to her all the time. So it's like, babe, it's AG. What you mean?
Yeah.
Hey, I asked him. I was watching the video when I was at his house. I was watching the video. I was like, hey, you still got them clippers? He's like,
yeah.
Right. Oh, that's great, bro.
Hey.
Oh, my bad. You don't want me to mention that? Okay. Noted.
Hold that down. Yeah, hold that all the way down. You say what? The washing machine running from the car.
Right.
Yeah, let me take care of that. Yeah, take care. So you got one down. You got Phased by Rob, _Phased by Rob. My bad, Rob. What's the best way, since we were speaking about dissatisfied clients, what's the best way to get rid of a difficult, never satisfied client? Somebody that no matter how many times they come to you, how much you blazing a tragedy of hair, they're never satisfied. How do you get rid of that client?
Easy. Now, this is why, if you got an app, if you got a booking app, just block them. Block them from booking an appointment. Or you charge him double. He's not coming back. If he comes back to the shop and he's like, hey man, I had to get my hair cut. Hey yo, bro, I ain't gonna cap it $100 this time. If he got a problem, I lie to you not, he gonna walk out and never come back. I promise to God. Now, if that don't work, if he still drop that $100, okay, and I don't even know what to tell you, to be honest, because most people won't pay if they never satisfied, and you charge them double and they still pay the double. They satisfied, bro. They just like pissing you off.
Yeah.
Because why do you keep coming back to me if you're not satisfied? Go somewhere.
Some people, I think there's nothing you can do to please them. Some people just they're not pleasable. There's nothing you can do.
I got a story. It's a quick story though. This ain't gonna be drying out.
You good? Take it. Listen, you are spending your time with us, and that's okay.
Right.
You talk.
Anywhere you chose to be.
So in barber school, I had this client to where I would cut him. He would get the mirror and say, "Side, bruh." Walk up and walk out. He would come back week after week, request me. Now I want him. After the service, side, bruh. He do it every single time. I don't think it's the fact that he's dissatisfied. I think it's he don't want to tip.
Oh, yeah.
He never wanted to tip. He never got a tip from him. It's just that he wanted to play like it wasn't cool.
Right.
Just so he could, you know what I mean? So you could feel like, okay, at least he didn't. Yeah, at least it's all right. All right.
But then he get in the car and fold down his mirror and be like, God,
Right.
damn, he chopping, boy. I'm feeling, yeah.
He coming back to you all the time. If he's requesting you and coming back to you,
He like
that man, he just don't want to tip.
right.
He
He like
trying to finesse.
He's trying to
Definitely.
finesse. Yeah.
That's the only reason I would say, Kev, it'll blow up in your face, right? I'm gonna give you a brief story that happened to me. Where I am, I'm in a small city too, bro. I'm in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. So it's Tennessee, but it's small Tennessee, right? I'm at 60 for adults, 45 for kids, and I do after hours 120, house call 200, right? I think that's pretty much everybody numbers, really. But I had a client and I tried that approach to double my price so that he would just go away, because I was taking a passive aggressive approach to it because I didn't want the confrontation that came with it, right? Do you know I told this man double and he was okay with paying double? This is blew up in my face. Blew up in my face because he was already picky. He was already aggravating. He was already a problem to deal with. Now that he's paying double what he was paying before, all that got magnified. Now he's super aggravating to deal with. He has a sense, it almost gave him a different sense of entitlement because he felt like, well, I'm giving you X amount of dollars. Yeah. That gives space to be picky. This dude, he's one of the people that have the worst texture of hair. Like, it's garbage. Anything you do to it was better than what it was. And that's just being totally honest, bro. That's being totally honest, bro, right? Anything you do to it is an improvement from what it is, right? So I'm putting my best foot forward on this haircut because my challenge for myself every day is, can I make my first haircut and my haircut look the same? My last haircut look the same. If I could do that, then I've been consistent throughout my day, right? I'm putting all my techniques, I'm putting all my Jeezy tutorial skills in there. I'm putting all my Hunter Barber skills in there, bro. I'm talking about I'm blazing this dude hair. Every time I would give him the mirror, even if it was just the smallest nitpicky, he would always find something. Always. It was like you see how this line a little high? That's low. And I know it's perfect. I done looked at it for 45 minutes, bro. It's not high. You high. If you think that line high.
You high.
It ain't high, bro. But it was to the point, bro, where it was the nitpicky stuff that be so aggravating. So right now, I'm on that Kev train. I'm just gonna block you, bro. Like, just flat out block you. Or I'm all of a sudden get too busy to take you. I'm just I ain't got no room.
You know what I do in times like that?
What's that?
I get super picky. I act like I'm hitting them with the clippers and I ain't touched the damn thing.
Oh yeah.
Be like, that look better? Oh yeah, that's cool.
You know what? I seen a guy
because the hair on your head.
He took a business card to the back of somebody's neck and gave him the mirror back, and they was like, yeah, that's how I wanted it. Like, bro, people be petty, bro. Yeah. All right, let's see what else. Do y'all have any questions? Anything y'all want to say?
Huh?
Y'all got any questions? Anything y'all want to say? Anything y'all want to let the people know that you got coming up? Anything you want to make sure that people that are here are in tune for? Like, you got new content coming out. You got new product coming out. Kev, you got new every damn thing coming out, bro, because you are active on social media, bro. So if you got anything you want to shout out that you want people to be aware of or be on the lookout for, let them know, bro.
2 things, okay? Go to 360G's channel and watch our collab video. It was definitely better than the last one, in my opinion. Okay? Second thing, if you guys want to see how 360G is off camera in real life, going about his day, I have a vlog channel for you guys, okay? I got another video coming out that shows Jeezy by, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I already
It's not
put one out.
Oh, okay, I'm about to say.
But wait, There's more.
I already put one out now. If you want to go right to the channel, it's called Wavy Kid Vlogs on YouTube. Okay,
Really?
you guys want to see how Jeezy is off camera? Yeah. All right. So watch our collab video and go watch Wavy Kid Vlogs. Okay, that's all I got to say. And I'm about to hit the gym. Okay.
Before you go, Kev, let me ask one more question, bro. I knock this question down. I'm gonna ask that question. But Jeezy, Dre had a great question. Great question, bro. First, it's a two-part question. First part of the question is, have you ever been on any other podcast before?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have? Okay. Okay. What made you okay with or willing to come on this one?
You want me to be real?
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
Political question, or political answer, or can I give a fabric? Can I give you want the real or political?
We want proof. We want the authentic you, bro.
Here's the authentic truth. I rock with Wavy Kid.
Thanks.
We appreciate
When Wavy Kid said, "Hey, Jeezy, they want us to be on the podcast. You down?" I'm always. I like Kev, you know what I'm saying? So I'm a go with whatever he want to do. If it is to help Kev or it's to be, we just came out with a collab video. So just like let me say this, Kev came out here and wanted to go to a barber battle. I wasn't finna go to, you know what I'm saying? Because Kev wanted to go. I was like, all right, Kev, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I rock with Kev. So just like I went to the barber battle is how I came on here. Like Kev, I rock with Kev, you know. And I also seen you guys. I wasn't on here, but I popped in one time when you guys were doing a podcast. So I just trust Kev's word. Like, now these are some cool guys. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be dope. Okay. So
yeah, because he was very skeptical at first. He was like, Kev, are these people legit, Kev, before I get up on? Are they doing it for the clout? Let me know. Are they doing it for the clout? And I was like, listen. It's a good podcast. You know what I'm saying? Just come on in, see it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Great. I can respect that. I would imagine, be it that your reach is as big as it is, you probably get I couldn't even imagine how many people reach out with legitimate opportunities, but also a lot of false, fabricated opportunities, just trying to gravitate. We live in a world where people aren't okay with doing the work. They rather just piggyback off somebody's already established work. And I totally get that. That's why when I sent the promo for the podcast, I just sent it and it was like, if you see it, you see it. But I didn't expect you to see it because, bro, I have one video, do serious numbers, and my inbox is insane off one video. I can only imagine how much you have to keep your phone on Do Not Disturb because of how much stuff is coming in there. So I get it. But I would say this, bro. On behalf of I Cut My Way Out podcast, myself and Ash, bro, and everybody that tuned in and watched and tuned in and took in this experience, we appreciate you, bro. Like, for real. And Kev, we appreciate Kev. I'm constantly giving you your flowers, bro. I know you're tired of me being in your inbox, but we appreciate you too, bro, because had we not made that connection with Kev, that layup wouldn't have been available, right?
Absolutely.
But now, because that layup became available, this was a great opportunity for people who don't get to see this side of Jeezy to see it. This is a great opportunity for people who didn't get that connection to Kev, to see him on the other side of the camera, just being his natural, funny ass self. Because I know if y'all know that dude is hilarious, bro. So we appreciate that, man. The follow-up question, it just popped in my mind. Now that you've been on the podcast, do you think that this podcast has what it takes to be deserving of a 360 Jeezy follow?
Yeah, I was gonna do it right after I got up out of here. I got y'all right now.
We're bang. Then
let me just also say, man, I greatly appreciate you both, Ken, for making the connection. It was funny because I had hit Kev last week. He was on his way out to you. Shy hit him. We didn't know. Shy hit me like, okay, don't have more. Me and Shy hadn't even talked about it. Thank Cutflow Dre for putting us in contact with Kev. It's a big barber community. We do it for the culture. We love what we do. You guys inspire us, and you inspire millions of others. So we just want to give both of you your flowers and coming on. And you could have been anywhere doing anything. You're taking time away from your family, man. So we greatly appreciate it. We're going to continue to support and follow what you're doing, and hopefully the same, man.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it.
Finna go hit, bro. What you finna go in the gym and hit, bro? Whatever you hit, I'm hitting. Don't say legs. What you gonna go hit, bro?
First of all, I hit leg last night. Okay. I got whole upper body today. Okay, so that's chest, abs, shoulder, biceps, triceps.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Back.
I forgot.
Get it in. Okay, get it in. Get it in. Hey, it's Wednesday. Get it in.
I forgot. No excuses. Oh, hell no. He
no
said way
excuses.
too many groups of muscles. I'm hitting two
You need to be in the gym. You need to be in the gym for at least an hour and a half. Okay? Get it in. Get it in.
Bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely not. Well, look, this been I Cut My Way Out podcast. This has been a dope ass podcast on a very, very, very busy Wednesday night. We had 360 Jeezy himself. We had Wavy Kid Kev himself, and always the brains behind this whole operation, my boy Osh the barber, Osh Knox the barber, beard culture. If you don't know, now you in tune. I've been Shot a Barber. This has been I Cut My Way Out podcast. If you don't follow, again, stop wasting your time, bro. Go follow. Jeezy said we deserve a follow. Kev said we deserve a follow. If you don't agree with them, then something wrong with you up here. You messing up somewhere. We appreciate y'all, brothers, man. Y'all have a good night. Kev, be safe in the gym, bro.
I'll have a good evening.
Hey, real quick. Y'all see this, right?
Yes, sir.
I stole this from 360 G's, okay? Listen.
That's really my lens, though.
He thought I put the lens back, okay? I stepped on my camera and took it. So whatever video y'all see tomorrow, the reel that I posted tomorrow was made with this, okay? You will see why I stole it, all right? All right.
You still got the rubber band on there? You took the rubber band off?
I took it off. I got this one on though. I had to make modifications. You know why? Because it's mine now. I stole it. I stole it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Hey, if you don't know, Kev up next, bro. Kev up next, bro. That dude, that much personality can never, ever, ever, ever be contained to just a small group of people, man. Jeezy, I get it, bro. I get it. I get it, bro. I get it. Hey, y'all have a good night. Jeezy, and for us, man. Thank your family for allowing us to have this time with you, bro. We appreciate that. Kev, we appreciate you. Also, thank your family, bro, because you got obligations. We all got to work tomorrow. Osh, I appreciate you, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here.
Yep. Oh man, y'all have a great night.
Have a good one.
Peace.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.